This tutorial will cover how to use the Assets tool in Acadicus. If you don't yet have a space to work in or haven't yet unlocked your menu, contact us at info@acadicus.com and we'll get you set up. With your menu open, click the Edit button. You'll use the top trigger on your Oculus controller by your index finger to interact with buttons in the Acadicus menu. Let's work with Assets. In the upper right corner, we have Packs. This is what you'll start with to download the content packs that you'd like to work with. For example, if you'd like to work with Airway, you can click on Get next to that. I've already acquired that asset pack. When you've acquired it, it'll show up in your inventory. All of the assets are filtered by category. So if we start with Medical, Props, Airway, I can now find those assets in my preview menu on the right. In order to bring one of those assets into my scene, I'll use the lower trigger on the handle of my Oculus controller. Point at the asset you'd wish to bring in the scene and press and hold that lower trigger to bring it out of the menu. While you have it grabbed on, you can push or pull the asset away using the joystick on the Oculus controller. You'll notice that once you've grabbed an asset out of the menu, a colorful gizmo appears. Each one of these gizmos allows you to fine-tune placement of the asset in your scene. You can either grab onto it somewhere outside of the gizmo in order to move it around freely, or you can fine-tune position by moving your controller over any of these objects, grabbing on using the lower trigger, and moving it. The arrow will allow you to move along a specific axis. The circles allow you to rotate, and the cubes allow you to scale. After you've grabbed a gizmo, you can fine-tune it further using the joystick on the controller. So for example, I've grabbed the yellow arrow and I'm moving in this axis. If I want to really fine-tune, I can let go. By pressing my joystick on the Oculus controller up or down, I can fine-tune placement. When you have an object selected, you'll have a new panel appear next to your menu. In this panel, you'll be able to toggle Surface Align and Learner Interactable. Surface Align allows you to snap objects to the surface of other objects. So for example, if I move this asset to the ground, it's aligning with the surface of the ground. If I turn the Surface Align off, it breaks through the ground plane. If I toggle Learner Interactable, learners that come in the scene that aren't in advanced or admin mode will be able to interact with this object. I can simulate what learner mode is like by clicking on learner mode in my menu. Objects that are learner interactable can be picked up using the lower trigger of the Oculus controller. There are two ways to pick an object up in learner mode. You can point at the object anywhere you wish to pick it up, and it'll snap to your hand in that location. Or you can grab an object from inside, and it'll snap to a previously assigned location. We're going to be working on specific hand locations for each of our assets. But for now, if you'd like to pick it up in a certain orientation, just point at it and use your lower trigger to pick it up. To go back to Edit menu, click Edit in your menu, and you can select the object. The other feature is resetting position. If it gets out of angle and you'd like to reset it back to an orthogonal value, you can press Reset. If you'd like to duplicate it, you can duplicate it. And if you'd like to delete it, you can select the object and delete it. That's all there is to using assets. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at info@acadicus.com.